Kurt Angle's WWE career is one of the most storied and celebrated in professional wrestling history. The Olympic gold medalist redefined what it meant to be a true wrestling machine. But the question is, just how good was prime Kurt Angle in WWE? Well, let's find out. Kurt Angle's early WWE career was meteoric. He quickly established himself as one of the most accomplished and versatile wrestlers in the company's history. The 1996 Olympic gold medalist in freestyle wrestling made his debut in November 1999 at Survivor Series. Angle defeated Shawn Stasiak and was portrayed as the real American hero, leveraging his Olympic gold medal from the 1996 Atlanta Games as his main character trait. His early gimmick was an over-the-top, squeaky-clean, self-righteous American hero, a persona that contrasted sharply with the often rowdy and rebellious nature of the Attitude Era and its edgier characters, combined with his undeniable in-ring ability and charisma. This quickly drew heat from the crowd, solidifying him as a massive heel. He quickly established himself as a top performer. WWE capitalized on his real-life achievement by creating a character who was not only technically superior in the ring, but also morally and intellectually superior. The three eyes were introduced as the core tenets of Angle's persona, a nod to his Olympic background, where these traits supposedly guided his success. Angle's three eyes, integrity, intensity, and intelligence, were defining aspects of his early career and character development. The gimmick was designed to position him as a role model, a wholesome, all-American hero meant to be respected. Despite Angle's genuine athletic prowess, the self-righteous way he advocated for his three eyes quickly made him a heel in the eyes of the audience. Fans found his self-righteous attitude annoying, and his preachy promos led to widespread booing, especially as he began to criticize others for not living up to his standards. Ironically, the audience's hate became a part of his success as a heel, solidifying him as one of the most entertaining villains of the time. The three eyes weren't just a tagline, but deeply integrated into Angle's storylines. His intelligence was showcased in how he outsmarted opponents, often using his wit to gain the upper hand. His intensity was on full display in his matches, where his technical skills and unrelenting drive led to numerous championships. Lastly, while often exaggerated for comedic effect, his integrity played into his interactions with other characters, where he would often hypocritically accuse others of lacking the same moral fiber he supposedly possessed. The gimmick also contributed to Angle's popularity, as the over-the-top nature of his character endeared him to fans, who came to love the irony of a character who was so virtuous that he was, in fact, annoying. Fans' reactions, ranging from initial hatred to eventual adoration, underscore how this gimmick resonated. It became a memorable part of his career. This character development was pivotal in the Attitude Era, helping Angle become one of its most celebrated stars. Kurt's comedic side in WWE became one of his defining traits, showcasing his versatility beyond his in-ring prowess. Despite being an Olympic gold medalist, Angle wasn't afraid to engage in humor, often poking fun at himself. One of his earliest comedic moments came during his debut year in 1999, where he portrayed a naive and overly confident character. His humorous arrogance was evident, and he declared himself as embodying the three eyes, while consistently failing to grasp why fans didn't appreciate his moral superiority. Rookie success. Within months of his debut, specifically in February 2000, Kurt Angle captured the European Championship from Val Venus and the Intercontinental Championship by defeating Chris Jericho at No Way Out, holding both titles simultaneously. This made him the first wrestler to hold both titles simultaneously, a feat that further demonstrated his quick ascent in WWE. Angle's success continued in June 2000, when he won the prestigious King of the Ring tournament, defeating Rikishi in the final. This victory further solidified his position as a top-tier talent in WWE, setting the stage for his eventual rise to the main event scene. By October, Angle's momentum was unstoppable. Less than a year into his WWE tenure, Angle won the WWE Championship after he beat The Rock at No Mercy, a major achievement that capped off one of the greatest rookie years in WWE history. Angle's victory over The Rock didn't just underscore his rapid rise. Throughout his early WWE career, Angle's blend of technical wrestling prowess, comedic timing, and ability to adapt to various storylines made him one of the company's most versatile and entertaining performers. This period laid out the foundation for what would become a Hall of Fame career. Kurt Angle quickly transitioned from a celebrated Olympian to one of WWE's most decorated and respected superstars, achieving milestones that most wrestlers can only dream of in such a short period. In 2000, Angle's alliance with Edge and Christian led to some of his most memorable skits, such as their 5-second poses, mocking other wrestlers and even the audience. His feuds often included comedic elements, like his interactions with The Rock, where Angle's lack of self-awareness became a running joke. 2001 to 2003, Angle played a key role during the 2001 Invasion storyline, when he aligned with WWE against the WCW-ECW alliance. He had another WWE title to his resume in 2001 by defeating Stone Cold. Angle also engaged in high-profile feuds with top stars like Triple H during this period. Kurt Angle's "You Suck" chants have become one of the most iconic crowd interactions in WWE history, but they started in a way that even the Olympic gold medalist himself couldn't have predicted. The origins of the chant trace back to Angle's rivalry with The Rock in 2001. During a segment on SmackDown, Angle played a video showcasing his dominance over The Rock, and the crowd spontaneously began chanting "You Suck" to the rhythm of his entrance theme. This chant became more prominent in 2002 during Angle's feud with Edge. In a memorable segment, Edge tricked Angle into reading a card that read "I suck," which led the crowd to chant the phrase every time Angle's theme music played. This solidified the chant as a permanent part of his entrance, whether he was a heel or a babyface. Interestingly, while Angle embraced the chant and even enjoyed the connection it created with fans, Vince McMahon wasn't as thrilled about it. Vince tried to remove the chant from Angle's music when he turned babyface, but the fans continued to chant it out of respect and affection. Despite efforts to phase it out, the chant persisted through Angle's career and has become a beloved tradition among WWE fans. Today, the "You Suck" chant is seen not as an insult, but as a term of endearment, reflecting the deep connection Angle has with his fans. In 2001, Angle's career reached new heights as he engaged in some of the most memorable feuds of his career. His rivalry with Steve Austin was particularly significant, especially during the Invasion storyline, where WWE battled the WCW-ECW alliance. Angle was positioned as a patriotic hero defending WWE, leading to several heated confrontations with Austin. Their match at SummerSlam 2001 was a classic, where Angle won by disqualification, and their rematch at Unforgiven saw Angle finally defeat Austin to regain the WWE Championship. One of Kurt Angle's most iconic comedic moments in WWE was the Milk-O-Mania segment on August 20th, 2001. During this episode of Raw, Angle drove a milk truck to the ring and sprayed the Alliance, led by Stone Cold, with gallons of milk, mimicking Austin's famous beer truck incident. This moment perfectly encapsulated Angle's ability to blend humor with his wrestling persona, earning it a special place in WWE history. Fans loved it, and it's one of his most memorable segments. One of Angle's most famous comedic moments occurred in 2001 during the Invasion storyline. His segments with Steve Austin, particularly those involving a tiny cowboy hat and his infamous rendition of Jimmy Crack Corn,
Yippee-ki-yay!
showcased his impeccable comedic timing. This era solidified Angle as a comedic genius in WWE. Angle's technical prowess was on full display throughout the year, especially in his feud with Chris Benoit, which culminated in a classic match at WrestleMania 17. Later in the year, Angle participated in the Invasion storyline, playing a central role in WWE's battle against the Alliance. He switched sides several times, adding complexity to his character. 2002 was a transformative period for Angle, marked by his rivalry with Edge and the rise of Brock Lesnar. Early in the year, Angle faced Edge in a series of matches, including their famous hair versus hair match at Judgment Day, which Angle lost, leading to his infamous balding. Early in the year, Angle faced Edge in a series of matches, including their famous hair versus hair match at Judgment Day, which Angle lost, leading to his infamous balding. Angle's technical wrestling skills were once again showcased in his battles with Rey Mysterio, starting with the best opening match in SummerSlam history. However, the most significant development of 2002 was his rivalry with Brock Lesnar. Kurt's role in the SmackDown 6 was pivotal in his career. The term refers to 6 wrestlers: Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, Eddie and Chavo Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, and Edge, who were instrumental in elevating SmackDown after the 2002 brand split. Paul Heyman, appointed head writer for SmackDown, sought to make the show distinct by focusing heavily on in-ring performance. He identified 6 guys with exceptional technical and high-flying abilities and began booking them in various combinations of matches, including tag team singles and multi-man contests. Kurt Angle was a central figure in this group. His technical wrestling and ability to deliver compelling promos made him a cornerstone of SmackDown. Angle was often involved in intense rivalries with other members of the SmackDown 6, particularly Benoit, with whom he had a series of critically acclaimed matches. These matches were characterized by their technicality and played a huge role in setting the tone for the wrestling style that SmackDown became known for. Angle's feuds during this time were often highlighted by their matches over the tag team titles. Angle and Benoit, despite being rivals, were briefly forced to team up and even won the inaugural tag team titles in a tournament final at No Mercy 2002. The SmackDown 6, with Angle as one of its leaders, was responsible for producing some of the best wrestling matches of the early 2000s. Their work elevated the entire show and helped SmackDown gain a reputation as the wrestling show, as opposed to Raw, which was more storyline driven. The chemistry between these 6 performers allowed for a rotation of matches that kept the audience engaged week after week. Angle's intense and intelligent in-ring style complemented the high-flying and technical abilities of the other members, creating a perfect blend of wrestling style. The feud between Angle and Brock began in late 2002, with Kurt taking on a mentor-turned-rival role against the up-and-coming Lesnar. 2003, iconic matches and injuries. 2003 might have been the pinnacle of Angle's in-ring career, despite his severe injuries. His match with Lesnar at WrestleMania 19 is particularly important, not only for the quality of the match, but also for Angle's ability to perform at such a high level despite his severe neck issues. After undergoing surgery to repair his neck, Angle returned in July at Vengeance, where he won back the WWE Championship in a triple threat match against Brock Lesnar and Big Show. The rivalry with Lesnar continued through the summer, culminating in a 60-minute Iron Man match on SmackDown in September, which is still one of the best matches in television history. Despite his ongoing health issues, Angle's ability to deliver such a performance further cemented his legacy. Despite the physical toll on his body, Angle's dedication and talent never waned, making these years some of the most important in his career. The Wrestling Machine, 2004 to 2006. Angle's intense wrestling style took a toll on his body, particularly his neck, which had been a problem since the Olympics. Angle continued to push his limits despite multiple surgeries, leading to further injuries. In 2004, he won the WWE title again. In early 2004, Kurt was drafted to SmackDown. This marked a pivotal shift as he transitioned from an active wrestler to the role of general manager due to a storyline injury. During this time, Kurt feuded with stars like Eddie Guerrero and John Cena, contributing to some of the most memorable segments of that year. And his heel turn was crucial in his ongoing rivalry with Guerrero, leading to a controversial finish at WrestleMania 20, where Eddie famously retained his WWE Championship by outsmarting Angle. Later in 2004, Angle returned to in-ring competition and participated in a classic match against Eddie at SummerSlam, solidifying his place as one of WWE's top performers. By the end of the year, he was heavily involved in the WWE title picture, feuding with the likes of Big Show and JBL. In 2005, Kurt engaged in a highly acclaimed series of matches with Shawn Michaels. Their feud began at the Royal Rumble. During the match, Shawn eliminated Kurt, which led to Angle returning to the ring and viciously attacking Michaels, setting the stage for their WrestleMania clash. The story that followed was simple but effective. Kurt wanted to prove he was superior to Michaels in every aspect, leading to an intense build-up with memorable segments, including Angle parodying Michaels' theme song in an iconic moment. Angle sang his own version of Sexy Boy, complete with a purposely awful performance, making it a highlight of their rivalry. Everyone loved Sexy Kurt. Their epic encounter at WrestleMania 21 is often regarded as one of the best matches in the event's history. The match is widely celebrated as a pro wrestling masterpiece, not just for their technical prowess, but also for the story it told inside the ring. Their encounter lasted nearly 30 minutes and was a display of technical wrestling, storytelling, and intensity. What made the match particularly remarkable was that Angle and Michaels had never worked together before. Despite this, their chemistry was evident as they delivered a stellar match. The match saw both men executing their signature moves, with Michaels enduring Angle's relentless assaults, including an excruciating ankle lock he eventually succumbed to, giving Angle the victory. The pacing, drama, and move execution were nearly flawless, culminating in what many consider a perfect wrestling match. Even years later, Kurt Angle has referred to this match as the greatest of all time, highlighting his unique chemistry with Michaels despite their lack of previous interaction. Throughout the rest of 2005, Kurt was involved in various feuds, including a brief but intense one with Booker T, and that weird angle with Sharmell. One of the most significant angles during this time was his rivalry with John Cena on Raw, where Angle once again positioned himself as a top contender for the WWE title. During the rivalry, Angle positioned himself as the veteran determined to reclaim the top spot from the rising star. Despite his efforts, Angle was unable to capture the title from Cena, but their matches were a highlight of WWE programming in 2005. In 2006, Angle's career took another turn when he was drafted back to SmackDown and won the World Heavyweight Championship in a 20-man battle royal. This was his final title run in WWE. Angle was soon involved in a high-stakes feud with The Undertaker, culminating in a superb match at No Way Out, where Angle retained the championship in one of the best matches of his career. After losing the world title to Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 22 and failing to reclaim it in subsequent rematches, Angle went to ECW. Angle's Wrestling Machine persona played a central role where he was drafted to the newly rebranded ECW in mid-2006. The hardcore, no-nonsense nature of ECW was a perfect fit for the more intense version of Angle. However, his time in ECW was short-lived. By mid-2006, the physical toll of wrestling, combined with personal issues and his painkiller addiction, began to weigh heavily on Angle. Kurt requested and was granted his release from WWE in August. He cited health concerns and the grueling schedule as reasons for his departure, paving the way for his move to TNA, where he continued his wrestling career under a less demanding schedule. The official statement from WWE emphasized mutual respect and concern for Angle's health, but insider reports suggested that WWE was worried about his well-being and potential liability. The wrestling machine phase of Angle's career was marked by intense physicality, top-tier matches, and a relentless pursuit of excellence, all of which contributed to his legacy as one of the greatest technical wrestlers in WWE history. This period saw Angle transition from his earlier, more comedic and multifaceted character work to a more intense, focused, and aggressive persona, intended to emphasize his legitimacy as an elite wrestler. This change was reflected in his demeanor and his matches, which became more aggressive to match his character shift. Angle's promos during this time were also more serious and focused on his desire to be the best in the business, often highlighting his intense training and dedication to his craft. Return 2017 to 2019. Now, wrestling fans don't agree on much, but I think we can all agree Kurt Angle peaked in WWE in 2006. And even though he came back in 2017 for a short run, watching him wrestle Baron Corbin was most definitely not the peak of his career. Overall, though, Kurt Angle's career is a testament to his incredible talent, resilience, and passion for professional wrestling. His ability to connect with fans and his unparalleled in-ring skills ensure that his legacy will endure for years to come. Despite his comedic antics, fans always recognized Angle's legitimate toughness, which made his ability to switch between humor and serious competition so effective. His comedic segments, whether involving over-the-top patriotism, awkward dancing, or bizarre musical performances, became just as integral to his WWE legacy as his classic technical masterpieces. This comedic side added depth to his character and endeared him to fans, making him one of the most entertaining and multifaceted performers in WWE history. His career is a testament to his skill, dedication, and unique ability to connect with the fan, whether as a hero or a villain. Whether it was Angle's incredible technical ability, intense rivalries, or his uncanny knack for mixing comedy with sheer dominance, Kurt's prime years in WWE are of a standard that few can rival. But if there's anyone who could, it would be the man who made his debut by slapping Kurt Angle in the face and then went on to carry the company on his back for the next decade. Watch this video to learn how John Cena saved the WWE during the mid-2000s.